Hello and welcome to Hot House Music. It's Alison again, and I am here to give you another tutorial on the ukulele. Today we are going to go between the F chord and the A minor chord. Now we've already learnt the C chord, which was our third finger. We had to make sure that we remembered it was our third finger on our bottom string here, which is our A string. Remember, giraffes can eat apples. So we had our third finger on our third fret, and when we strummed, we have our C chord. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to use the other two fingers that are free here right now, and we're going to make the F chord. Now this is the reason why we use the third finger for the C chord, because when we actually come to do our F chord we find it easier. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your first finger, and remember your names of your strings. You're going to place it on giraffes can eat, your E string. You're going to place that first finger on the first fret along, and you're going to squeeze that down. Now you'll notice I have a curved finger when I play. So you'll see here, I'm going to put it like that, a curved finger. We don't have flat fingers because otherwise we can end up with a bit of a muffled sound when we strum. So a curved finger on the first fret on my E string. Then I'm going to get my second finger and I'm going to go right to the top, my G string, and I'm going to put it on the second fret along, curved again, and I'm going to squeeze those two down. Now you'll see, I'm going to put a little picture on the screen above. You'll see that when you do that and you strum, we then have our F chord. Now what's easy about doing the F to the C chord is if you've got your third finger hovering just above where you should put your C, you should be able to go in between quite nicely. Like so. Okay, not too bad. And if you can play your F chord, you can actually play another chord without even realising it, and that is our A minor chord. So I'm just going to put the picture up, and A minor is just keeping that second finger down. Take your first finger off and suddenly you've got A minor. Okay, so that's 3 chords already learned. So we've got C, F and A minor. Right, now we have left it to the hardest chord of those 4. Now most people hate it, and it takes a bit of practice and it takes a little bit of finger muscle memory going on. So you have to take it slowly. As soon as you learn that chord, you've got to work on doing that chord with other chords slowly. This is the G chord. So I'm going to put a picture of the box, and you will see on the screen my G chord uses all 3 fingers. We're going to start with our first finger. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start with our first finger and put that on the C string. So second fret along, so 1, 2 on the C string, and we're just going to push that down like that. Okay, next thing is our second finger. Now our second finger is actually going to go same box, but we're going to go further on, and it's going to hit our A string. So I'm going to squeeze those 2 down like that. Now our third finger is going to go on our giraffes can eat, our E string, and you're going to place that on the 3rd fret along. So it's almost like you've made a little triangle out of all your fingers. Now it can feel a little bit squashed when you do it, and it's going to take some practice of where to put your fingers, but once you've got it, you'll be able to do loads of 4 chord songs. So let's just have a little play of the G. Now I'm going to squeeze that right down and listen to the difference. Yeah, you've got to make sure that you squeeze your fingers. Okay, so G, C, F, A minor. Alright, so now we've got all 4 chords. We've now got to try and work on how to play and go between them, because there's no point in trying to look at your ukulele all the time and going, that's my G, and oh, now I need to find my F. Okay, it's not going to work like that. You need to be able to play it without looking. So we're going to first look at going between the G and the C chord. So what you want to do is find that G. So remember, first finger, C, second fret. Second finger, A, second fret. Third finger, E, 3rd fret. Okay, now, there we go. We have a G chord, and we know that our C chord, we have our 3rd finger. Now that 3rd finger isn't that far away from where I want it when I do my C chord. So you're going to do this slowly. You're going to go and play your G. Then you are going to take your 3rd finger off. You're going to keep those 2 fingers on your G chord, your first and your second finger at the moment. don't think about those. But you're going to get that third finger, so I'm going to lift it, I'm going to exaggerate. You don't need to do it that way. And you're going to place it where your C chord is, so that apple string, A, and you're going to put it on the 3rd fret. Then what you want to do is you're going to hover those first 2 fingers. So they're not going to go anywhere, they're just going to go above your strings, they're not squeezing it down, and then you can go to your C. And then when you go back down to your G, all you have to do is put those first 2 fingers down and move that 3rd finger back to that E string and play like that. Okay, so this is going to take a bit of practice. So what I want you to do is practice going between C, I'm going to try it again, so 3rd finger up off the E string, stick it onto the A string, same fret, and then hover those 2 fingers, and then put it back again. So squeeze those first 2 fingers down and move it. And eventually you should be able to change in between them, okay? As I say, that takes practice, and that is the hardest thing to do, is going between a G chord to another chord as well. But if you want to practice something easier, remember we can go from our C to our F. So remember, 3rd finger, and then all you have to do is hover those 2 fingers over your F chord. So the fingers are on the box above me anyway to help you, but just to remind yourselves. So you've got E string 1st fret, G string 2nd fret, and go between those. So take that 3rd finger off, 3rd finger on, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2. Okay, so have a little practice of those. It is hard at first, but the more you practice going between those chords, the easier it's going to be. And in my next video, we're going to look into actually how we properly strum our ukulele. Thanks. If you want to subscribe to find out more and to keep up to date with what you're doing, then obviously click on the subscribe button. And I hope to see you in the next video.